I'm Simon Bray from Sea of Tranquility, and this is a short-ish review of Kamasi Washington at Manchester Albert Hall on Friday, April the 4th. Just a few short days ago. It took me a while to gather my thoughts and be bothered to actually do this one. It was a sold-out evening in Manchester, unseasonably warm, which is unusual for those of you who've ever been to Manchester. No sign of rain, so yay. Support was from Emma Jean Thackeray, who was very good, very good. Managed mostly to keep the crowd from shutting up. There's an awful lot of talking in this particular venue. More of that later. She was multi-talented. She played guitar. She played trumpet. She's very engaging, and pleased that I've seen Emma Jean Thackeray. So to Kamari Washington. Fair to say, it's not often, for those of you who know who I am, that I step into the jazz paradigm. The genre, it's not my genre of choice, but my mate Anthony said, "Come on, Sam, come and enjoy Kamasi Washington and enjoy." I did. He said he'd play an hour. He played two whole hours of amiable, um, entertaining contemporary jazz. He walked out nonchalantly with the band. He came down. He sat, and had a little chat. Talked about the world, said how much he loved everyone for a good couple of minutes before he actually started playing. Interestingly enough, his dad Ricky was in the band, and my friend Anthony said to me at some point during every song, Simon, Kamasi will say, Ricky Washington on sax, and he did in every song. He's a benevolent kind of band leader, I would suggest, a benevolent god, and you would be with such a great band. What a great band he really does. He really does have. Ryan Porter was on trombone. He did a lot of standing around, but when he actually picked up his trombone, he was extremely good. They played almost all of, as far as I could tell, the Fearless Movement album, and it's an 86 minutes album to start with, but it's stretched into 2 hours. They went places. With most of the songs, you're thinking, oh, I don't know where this is going. And then it kind of like evolved, and the rhythm section kind of propelled things along. And every song was just like really propulsive and percussive, and was really, really much more interesting than I actually thought it would be. Brandon Coleman on keys, what a star! What a star! Really went full on prog on occasions. So many sounds came out of that. I turned around and said to Anthony at one point, I said, it's really impressive, but could he play No More Heroes while drinking a pint? I don't know, but my God, he was sensational. As were Tony Austin on drums, and the brilliantly named Joshua Crumbly, I believe it was called, on bass. He started off on a double bass and finished and played the rest of the set on a normal everyday electric bass. Just really sensational level of musicianship. When you used to predominantly watching metal acts, you forget that other people can actually play. I know that most of my friends said, bands that you like, Simon, can't play. How wrong they are, but this lot were just absolutely sensational. The highlight for me was Get Lit. I can't imagine what that song's actually about, but we were all implored to get lit. Oh, yes, we were. And the star of that was DJ Battle Cat. How his parents knew that he was going to be both a DJ and a Battle Cat, I have no idea. But that was just absolutely sensational. I believe that I think George Clinton on the album version. So good, just absolutely transfixed by watching him and his decks, and I can't believe I would ever actually have said that previously. Like I said, 2 hours of real quality to musicianship, and arguably the best thing about it was that there wasn't an absolute overload of Kamasi Washington and his saxophone. So when he came up, each individual solo was like an event, like it was just special. And they were. And when he played in concert in cahoots with his father and Ryan Porter, it was absolutely just sensational. And I never realised until Friday night. That you can dance to contemporary jazz, let alone normal everyday jazz. One thing I would say, one thing I absolutely would say is that why would you go to a venue, and especially when overwhelmingly the music is um, without words, when it's most instrumental, why would you stand at the bar and talk? Why would you do that? It's really, really annoying. During the quiet sections, you can actually hear people talking and not paying attention to music that needs to be paid attention to. So that was annoying, as indeed were the tall people who decided, as always, to go and stand right in front of me. Oh, really annoying. If you are a fan of any form of jazz, and in particular the saxophone, then this show, it's going all the way around Europe. Still loads more dates. It's absolutely the show for you. Wholeheartedly recommended from me. And I was going to do John Lodge later this week, but unfortunately he's poorly and has postponed his show tomorrow night. So maybe I'll get around to that one next week. So don't forget, smash the like button, all those fun things, buy your Uncle Pete things, and I'll see you soon.